Alright. So I just finished a campaign mission that got me to my 3rd season, so it's now winter. I think the last session we went over and completed all of the... not all of them. We got the demiguise statues up to Alohomora 3, and we completed all the Daedalian keys, which is nice. So that's taken care of. I have a couple of side quests that I'd like to complete before I move on with the main quest. And looks like I have to complete a Deary crawl with the Knapsack. I don't even think I've seen Knapsack, excuse me. I don't think I've seen a Deary crawl anywhere. So I'll have to search the map and figure out where a Deary crawl might be. And then I can learn Bombarda, which is nice. And then I should probably go talk to Piers Pemberton just to complete that. I'm sure he's going to have me collect the other ones if I had to guess, but I don't know. And then that one should be easy. I'll do this one last because I need to go there anyway. So where is this? I don't know what the heck that means. Okay, that's weird. Also weird, my whole cursor just kind of disappeared there. Do I have it back? Okay, I have it back. That's good. Huh. So I'm doing it again. Okay. Well, I guess let's not do that quest, because every time I click on it, it bugs out my cursor, and I don't know where it is.
I've been studying Salazar Slytherin's spellbook. Meet me in the Undercroft. I found something.
Okay. Now we have another quest. Okay. This one's probably in the castle. This one is where? Way up there. Okay. So I guess we should do what's in the castle first, just to get those out of the way, or what we can do anyway. I'm gonna have to leave the castle for this and come back, so it doesn't matter. Either way, we'll go talk with Sebastian. Figure that out. I am excited to get Bombarda because I've been wanting to use that and level that up as well, and I can now finally use my talent points, which is nice. See, oh, level 3 lock.
Hello,
Nice.
Hamura.
These stairs are the worst for like figuring out where it wants me to go. I always think it wants me to go down, and it actually wants me to go up.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
I don't know what that was, but he didn't look like he enjoyed it.
All I have at home are brothers. I thought sharing a room with girls would be fun.
Alright. Lots of running downstairs. Goodness, it's bright. Running down even more stairs. Peeves. I hear him, but I don't see him. Oh, I forgot you could just tap that. It'll show you where they're trying to use Revelio and press the wrong thing. Where is it? Oh, there it is, up there. Two things up there. There's more stairs up there, so let's go. Sir Cadogan. I'm outside again.
Revelio.
Need to find a way to get into the rafters. And I don't remember how to do that. Is that Sir Cadogan? Is that who's that supposed to be? Oh, here we go. Okay. Portrait of Sir Cadogan. Sir Cadogan was allegedly friends with Merlin himself, and as such became a sworn knight of the Round Table. Although he is only really known to the wizarding world, he is famous for his defeat of the Wyvern of Wye, and now spends his days challenging students to duels. That's nice. That's cool that they included him. Sir Cadogan was the painting that they used.
I will no sooner tolerate indolence than insolence. Neither makes for a knight worthy of esteem.
In Prisoner of Azkaban, so book 3, Sir Cadogan was the painting that they used in place of the Fat Lady when she was attacked by Sirius Black, when she wouldn't let him into the tower the first time. We were introduced to Sir Cadogan earlier in the book when they were on their way to divination's class, and he challenged them to a duel. Them being Harry and Ron, I believe, at the time. Don't think Hermione was with them. Which would make sense. I think that was the year. It was the year. That's when Hermione got her time turner, so she would like disappear for a few moments and then reappear like in random places with the boys, because she was essentially trying to. I missed this the first time. She was trying to find places to turn back time. But yeah. I think, so Sir Cadogan, so the Fat Lady refused to do her job, essentially, after she was fixed, I believe, by, the caretaker. How do I forget his name? Filch. Filch repaired her, but she still refused to do her job, so Sir Cadogan was doing it for a bit, and then Neville used to write all the passwords on a piece of paper, and he lost the piece of paper. Well, he didn't lose it. We found out later that Crookshanks stole the piece of paper from Neville and gave it to Sirius, and then Sirius used the passwords to get into the Gryffindor common room, and that's when Ron caught him, and he freaked out, and there was a struggle, and then Sirius disappeared again, and then Sir Cadogan admitted, that he let Sirius in because he had the passwords. And then at that point, I think the Fat Lady returned to do her job, but only if she had security. So they were like security trolls, patrolling like the Gryffindor common room hallway. So, fun stuff. Bum, bum, bum. sure Sebastian has found something about another unforgivable curse that I don't want to learn. There he is.
You'll never believe what I've learned.
He learned Crucio and used it on me.
What did you discover in the spellbook we found in the scriptorium?
Salazar Slytherin's spellbook was a little difficult to interpret, but fascinating.
But I didn't want to learn
Evidently, he encouraged teaching dark magic at Hogwarts. Neither the Imperious Curse nor the Killing Curse was unforgivable during his time. He believed students should be prepared to use dark magic when necessary, not to fear it. That's why we had to use Crucio to gain access to the scriptorium. He didn't want his knowledge shared with anyone who was afraid of the power of dark magic.
I mean, I didn't use it.
I know we had to do it to open the scriptorium, but it's not something I'd want to repeat.
And I'm glad we did it, because in the spellbook I also found something else. References to a lost relic, which, from what I can tell, grants the holder the power to reverse dark magic curses.
Oh.
And you think this relic might be able to save Anne?
Precisely. I plan to search for this relic, but I don't think we should tell anyone. Especially Ominous. He wouldn't understand.
So the last time we played the game, this is separate, I guess, but it's kind of similar in the sense that one of the keepers, the youngest teacher, and I forget her name unfortunately, but the youngest teacher, she wanted to find a way to remove the pain from her father. And the other keepers told her that that was a bad idea, like you shouldn't play with other people's emotions. And so the keepers we know can, not all of the keepers, it seems, so far, but some of the keepers can see ancient magic, and even some of us, like the young girl and myself, we can manipulate the ancient magic in some way, shape, or form. And the last main mission that we encountered, we saw in the pensive her remove the pain from her father and put it in a bottle, and it looked like that red, glowy darkness kind of thing. And I'm thinking, so like, it's similar to, and I thought earlier when I was playing that it seems like, just like with memories, we can remove memories from our head and place them in a pensive, or take them out of the pensive and place them in a bottle to be used later. It feels like at this point they're referencing or they're alluding to the fact that that pain has to be contained in something. That bottle didn't look like it was very stable. So I'm thinking that the pain is probably put into various like magical items, and then that's what Ranrock is using to like manipulate other goblins or the trolls that we've seen or the dragons that we've seen so far. It seems like the pain was probably being stored somewhere, and he's mentioned, so Ranrock is looking for an ancient magic. I don't think Ranrock is looking for the same ancient magic we can find. I think Ranrock is looking for those sources of pain so that he can manipulate them and use those items that are there. I'm not sure yet. I haven't gotten that far, but just from like what we've seen and what they're alluding to, that's kind of what I'm predicting is going to happen. We've already lied to Ominous once. I'm not really a fan of lying in general, and I told Ominous I wouldn't lie to him anymore.
We need to tell him. He's the reason we found the book, and he deserves to know what you've learned.
You've seen how he frets about the dark arts. I promise I'll tell him when I found the relic. When I know more, I shall send an owl.
Alright. I have no choice but to believe you.
And don't feel sorry for Ominous. Keeping this to ourselves for now is for his own good.
I'll decide what's for my own good.
Oh, hey,
Ominous.
look, he's right there.
We were just about to get some air. Care to join?
You're a liar,
You're
Sebastian.
a terrible liar.
I heard everything. You swore you'd never engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
No, I didn't. I said I understood you wanting that. I'd never swear to give up on finding a cure for Anne.
You don't know when to stop, do you?
I know when not to stop. Leave this alone, Ominous. I'll be on my way.
Yeah, I understand.
I am not letting this go.
I didn't figure you would.
Ominous, Sebastian meant well.
I appreciate you telling Sebastian not to keep this from me, but going after that relic is not a good idea. Sebastian doesn't even realize it, but he's as irresponsible and reckless now as his parents were years ago. It's why they died.
That's a little harsh. I'm curious,
I
though.
knew his parents died, but I never heard what happened.
Mr. and Mrs. Sallow were professors. Spent nearly every waking moment in the cellar library. Noses buried in books. Anne and Sebastian were upstairs when it happened. They heard a sudden crash and ran downstairs, but it was too late. Their parents had crumpled to the floor. A defect with the lamp in the cellar caused the room to fill with an undetectable toxin. Sebastian and Anne were helpless. They had no magic yet.
What a horrible story.
It is. That's why I can't understand Sebastian's recklessness. I've practically lost Anne. I cannot lose Sebastian too. Please avoid anything to do with that spell book.
How are the parents reckless in that situation? It was a defect with the lamp. They obviously didn't know. Toxins in the room. That's not recklessness, unless he's implying that they knew the lamp was defective and they ignored it so they could continue studying. But they were witches and wizards. Like, if they knew the defect was there, they could repair it, right? Or create a new one. That's not recklessness at all. Okay, well, that's just poor writing. I don't know who wrote that. That doesn't make any sense. Sorry. I like this game, and I've enjoyed the story so far. I like Ominous as a character. It makes sense. He's a Gaunt. It makes sense that he doesn't want, he's not a fan of dark magic. But yeah, I don't know how I don't know how their parents are reckless by that. I think the spellbook is concerning.
Some references Sebastian mentioned in the book do worry me.
I'm glad you understand. I hope Sebastian pursues this no further. But if you think he might, please let me know. It would mean a lot.
Yeah. No, of course. I'm kind of just worried about Sebastian. Right? Like, I'm all about knowledge. And I'm not, like, completely against, I guess, the dark arts in the sense that, like, knowing them is one thing, but using them is another. Like, I like studying everything. Like, I've never learned anything that I didn't want to know, right? So, like, I understand that, and I can respect that. But obviously Sebastian is a little bit... I think Sebastian is being reckless. And I think he's willing to go to almost any means necessary to save his sister. Which in some ways is understanding. Oh, hello, Sebastian. Am I going to talk to you now, or are you just going to ignore me and pretend I'm not here? Guess we're ignoring me and pretending I'm not here. Okay. That's fine. Well, that was a short little thing. That's fine. I need to find a deery crawl. So let's see where I can find a deery crawl. I wonder, I highly doubt that I found one out in the wild anywhere. Wish there was a way to search, that'd be nice. Giant purple toad, is there a way that I can... No. It's a bummer. I wish the map had a little bit more functionality. An astronomy table, that's nice. As in, you know, sometimes a lot of maps or a lot of games have maps that allow you to filter out certain things. It would be cool if I could filter out everything but the dens, just so I could find what I don't think. Like I said, I don't think I've even found a deery crawl den. They must be somewhere that I haven't discovered yet, which is a little unfortunate just because now I have to go searching for one. What is that out there? Field guide pages. How did I miss that? Oh, is this where I was, like, this was part of a side quest? Yeah, Felbarton Castle. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, this was part of a quest that I couldn't fight that infamous foe because it wasn't part of the quest. There's a lot of giant purple toads around Hogwarts. Like a lot. I don't know where to find one. Anybody else know where to find one? Let's see if I can. This isn't helping me. Sorry, I'm actually looking at a giant interactive map just to see if I can track one down. Let's see, Puffskein, Measles. Ooh, I do need a Neasel. Perfect. So I think I know where some are. So there's a... Let's show all again. Zoom in a bit. Perfect. Maybe. I think this is it though. So out here, I haven't been out here, so I'll go to Brockborough. I'll go to Brockborough, and then south of Brockborough, I think around like this area, there should be a Neasel Den. And then if I head down in like this general area, there should be a Deary Crawl Den. So Neasels here, Deary Crawl here. Cool, and I can pick up this Flue Flame on the way. I don't know why I don't have it. Let's just go ahead and travel to Lower Hogsfield and do that. Sorry, just taking care of something really quick. Okay. Sorry about that. You know what? Let's ride Highwing. I think Highwing is faster. He just has issues like landing. No, maybe he's not faster. He is fun to ride though. Oh, you can't use... Oh, okay, let's go ahead and land then. I'm sorry, Highwing. I'm gonna have to get off of you. If I can. get off, please? Get off again. So you can ride him on the ground, which is super nice, but I can't use Revelio when I'm on him, which is a little disappointing. Because that's kind of half the fun of riding around on a broom and then using Revelio and seeing, like, look at all that. It's all the stuff I can see on my broom that I can't see on Highwing.
Let's see what's up your sleeve this time, Merlin.
I've also been lacking on the Merlin's tasks. I only see 3 balloons. Are there more down in the valley? Must be. Yep, there they are. Really? I really hate that you can like only turn in right angles when you're on the broom. It makes like micro adjustments like that really small. I know it's really just a me problem, but look, a side quest is out here.
Needs doing.
Lots of stuff out here, actually. Well, we do like side quests. Hello.
Is everything all right?
If the Hamlet sent you here to talk to me about... I know what I have to do.
No one sent
It's
me.
not every day a girl has to put down her own troll.
Oh.
I should be allowed to work up to it.
What do you mean, your own troll?
I thought that's why you were here. I'm sorry.
Nope.
I suppose if you spend enough time with trolls, you forget your manners. I'm Alexandra. I didn't mean to be short with you. With Ranrock's lot seemingly everywhere, I thought the Hamlet could use a bit more security. But my plan has gone awry. I apologised when he almost trampled half the Hamlet yesterday. He just needs more time. But everyone wants him gone. They think it's mad, my training a troll. Impossible, even.
Yep. Is it?
It certainly takes a lot of courage to try, I'll give you that.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I wish others felt the same. But I suppose I understand why everyone's been so concerned. What made me think I could train him? I should have learned from Barnabas the Barmy. But he's my troll and my problem. I'll be honest. I'm afraid I won't be able to take care of him. He's stronger than any troll I've ever encountered. I wish I knew someone else who could do it.
I mean, I can do it. But I am... So many things. One, why are you picking the strongest troll? If you're going to try to tame a troll, like, at least start with, like, a smaller one. We don't need to know who Barnabas the Barmy was. He's the one that tried to teach the trolls ballet and then got smushed. I'll ask anyway, because it's probably going to be fun to hear the answer, but... yeah, tried to teach the trolls ballet.
What exactly were you training the troll to do?
I was hoping to train him to serve as protection for us. Frankly, I struggled to teach him even a word or two. Couldn't give him even a semblance of self-control.
That's fair.
Who's Barnabas the Barmy?
Surely you've seen the tapestry of him at Hogwarts.
Yeah,
it hangs in the 7th floor corridor. He
Yep.
allegedly tried to train trolls for the ballet. You can imagine how that turned out.
I'm not thrilled at the prospect, but I'll consider it.
Oh, no. I didn't mean to suggest that you should do it. In fact, you should avoid the area just southwest of here. At least until I work up the courage to do what needs to be done.
I mean, I'll do it. It's really not that big of a deal. I can probably go mess it up real quick and be done.
A troll on the loose near a hamlet. That could be devastating.
It could be. Hello, troll.
I take it you're Alexandra's friend.
Wonder if I can just come up here and one-shot this thing like I can some of the others. Just don't turn around, troll. Stay where you are. You bastard. I cannot Petrificus Totalis him. Well, I think it was worth a try. Oh wow, you are strong, aren't you? 1, 2, 3. I think I have to do that faster. Oh wow, that was interesting. The roll didn't take effect the way it should have, I think. One. There we go. Oh, hit a troll with his own boulder. There we go. I should come and pick all these things up. There's a lot of them. Ancient magic, just to whittle down the bar. Curious if it's better to... Yeah, it seems better rather than to stupefy there. Like, just block like normal. And then use the use Flipindo to mess him up. Same thing with the rock. That's not that effective, I guess, but I still say the other point stands. Collect all this ancient magic. Go ahead and use one.
But the hamlet needed to be saved from that troll.
True.
Revelio.
Well, other than that first time, I only got hit that once, which was nice, and it was kind of weird. Like I dodged, and the troll still like walked onto me, which is it's fine. It happens. Progress notes. 1. Etiquette may have been too ambitious to start. This means we must first cover the fundamentals of not smashing. We'll keep this in mind, but proceed with tweak 2. Still vicious. Only produce a string of grunts. Still vicious. He has the right temperament for it, but lashes out indiscriminately, somehow more vicious. What were you doing? Troll lesson plan. Week 1. Social graces and etiquette. Please, thank you, pardon me. That's not... Okay. The witch went flying for the snitch and fell in a ditch. Week 3. Security training. That's terrible. That's an awful plan if you're trying to train a troll. Like... Think about trying to train a bear, like a gorilla maybe. Maybe a gorilla is not the best, because gorillas actually can understand like language, right? Gorillas are pretty smart creatures and animals. I would say probably a bear. You know, first you have to like, I don't want to say break it, right? Because that sounds terrible. But you have to establish some kind of like dominance. You have to show that you're not afraid of the bear. You have to like... You know, I'm not a bear tamer, so I'm not an expert on it, obviously. But I feel like trying to teach a bear language right out the gate, probably not the best bet. That looks like a thing I have to hide from. See if maybe I'm wrong, but we'll find out shortly. Oh, I am wrong. It's just a regular old chest. Quidditch goggles. Let me in so I can steal your stuff. Basket weave black handle. Nice. That is a chamber pot. Don't know why I'd want to mess with that.
What's more powerful than the dark?
Oh, it's a house elf. What's her name? I assume it's a her. Looks like she's wearing a pillowcase with a ribbon on it. That's about as close to a dress as you can get without being a dress.
It's done, Alexandra.
It's done.
Took care of him.
My troll? What? Oh, I don't know what to say. Thank you. I wish things could have turned out differently
You're
for
welcome.
him.
I do too. Yeah.
Any plan you had to train that thing was doomed. He tried to kill me the entire time.
Goodness. I'm glad you're all right.
Okay, well,
You're
I
very
didn't mean to come
brave.
across that rude.
People in the hamlet had already crafted a moniker for whoever eventually defeated that troll. It was Troll something or other.
Slayer?
Yes, that was it. I suppose it's your title now.
Okay.
I need some time on my own. But truly, thank you for what you did.
I am a Troll Slayer.
Has a nice ring to it.
It does. Troll Slayer is nicer than Troll Vanquisher. That's just too much. That's too many syllables. And Troll Whisperer, I certainly was not. There was no whispering
I'd be terribly
happening.
grateful if you could help me and my friend with a time-sensitive delivery.
Uh-oh. Eddie Thistlewood. You know what, Eddie? I will help you in a second, but I'm going to go...
Mine now, demiguise.
Hello, Hamura.
Oh, there's a demiguise statue in here. Anyway, I'm going to go get these chests and stuff so I can clear out this area so it doesn't look as cluttered. It is nighttime, right? Why can't I have that?
Revelio.
It's a good thing we have.
Don't mind me just stealing your money. Oh, there's a chest there. That's what the chest was. Fooper statue. Oh, cool. I thought it was nighttime already, but I guess I'll try wait till nighttime again. Yep, there we go. People in the Wizarding World are just so understanding. They're just like, yeah, sure, you just sit here in the middle of my living room until it turns nighttime. No big deal. We like visitors.
Revelio.
Where in the world is it? Was it upstairs and I just didn't, like, see it? Am I just... And the fact that the scarecrow's eyes are kind of following me around is a little off-putting, if I'm being honest. Were there stairs that I didn't see?
Not sure how I'd fare in a little place like this.
Well, what, we're too good for a little house like this? I don't think that. I don't think we're too good for this. How do I even get up there?
Revelio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Oh, wrong button. To do that.
Revelio.
I'm super confused. I have no idea what I'm... Okay, there's that. So at least we can get this off the map. There. Enchanted Scarecrow. This mischievous-looking scarecrow was long ago enchanted to watch over the garden and ward off crows, but now simply harassing gardeners by shouting insults at them while they work. That's funny. I don't really care about those bags up there. I don't know where they are, and I don't really care to get them, if I'm being honest. Oh, maybe it has to do with this. Maybe I have to move that around to try to... It's like a puzzle. Oh, it's up there. I mean, I don't mind that, I guess.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Give me your box. Drop the box, and then I probably have to cast Levioso on it. You want to settle? Thank you. There's that. Okay. And then There's stuff in there. That's a demiguy's chest, so that's 500 galleons. I would like, please. Oh. I learned that when you use Accio and the object is an arm length from you, it will automatically... Yeah, you're right, it does. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It does that with, oh, if you use Levioso on it as well, I think it'll let you move it around too, which is cool. I like how they do transition. My gear slots are full. My dearest Eddie, I was so pleased to receive your letter. It has been too long since I've been home. You may be interested to know that my time with the ministry will soon be coming to an end. It seems they forced me into an early retirement. And there's not much I can do to change their minds. No matter. In all my years as an Auror, I've seen over and over again how those at the top are more interested in preserving their place than in actually serving those about them. That's sadly true sometimes. Oh, nice. So you did beat it? Yeah, I mean, it sounds like the main story is like between 20 and 25 hours. And then everything else included, like if you're trying to 100% it, it can be closer to 70. But I've been taking it slow. And I think a lot of it is that I've only been playing the game when I'm willing to stream it. Otherwise, I'd just be like grinding it, essentially. I would have already finished it. But I told Laura that I would try to... She hadn't seen a playthrough from the beginning, so I told her I would try to stream it and then upload it to YouTube so she can watch it like a little at a time. Because she wasn't going to get to play it. And so I think it's really slowing me down. I don't stream ever. Like, this wasn't a thing that I've ever done before, so talking to myself or talking to other people while playing is a little bit more exhausting than I thought. So yeah. I'm glad. I hope you liked it. At least enough to go back through and finish some of the other stuff. But that's enough of that. There will be time enough to tell you the tale of my life out here in the great big world. When we meet again, you'll be happy to know that I'm coming home soon, although I'm thinking of settling in Upper Hogsfield upon my return, still nearby. I need to enjoy the time I have left. There are still mysteries to solve. After all, ever your sister, Helen Thistlewood, London. Yeah, I think, I know it seems weird, but for me it's a lot more fun, like with you talking right now. Like, I feel like I'm talking to you. I can have a conversation with you and it's enjoyable. But when I'm just talking to myself, it's almost like I feel like I have to fill the space, like fill the silence, because I know, like, if Laura does end up watching it, eventually, I don't want her to just be watching a silent playthrough. So I try to share little snippets of information that I know and things like that, but that's the exhausting part. Talking with other people is,
Hello. Might you
enjoyable
have time to help
for
with an urgent delivery?
For what it
You
is.
sound as if you could use some help.
How fortunate to see you. The, what was it? Troll, Slayer, or Vanquisher? Whisperer? No matter. You clearly know
indeed.
how to get things done. Eddie Thistlewood's the name. Listen, a friend of mine in Feldcroft needs help fighting Rangrock's loyalists. I sent 2 crates of Chinese chomping cabbages to help, but they've gone missing.
Good idea. Those cabbages are nothing to be trifled with.
My thoughts precisely. You see, I know plants, and I believe the goblins will be so irritated by the onslaught of ferocious vegetation, they'll simply leave Feldcroft alone. I wonder if you might track the 2 crates down and deliver their contents to my friend Bernard Indiai. I simply can't leave my shop at present.
Sure.
Why would the goblins target Feldcroft?
My friend Bernard says they've been seen in the area for a while. He seems to think they're looking for something, but lately they've become more aggressive.
That's upsetting.
Could you not grow or buy more Chinese chomping cabbages?
I suppose I could, but that would take time. Time we do not have, what with Ranrock's thugs posing new threats every day. Besides, it's the principle of the matter. I grew those cabbages, and they are extraordinary.
That's fair. I understand that.
Any idea where I might find the crates?
Yes, From what I hear, one was spotted south of Feldcroft, the other, so I hear, is south of Brockborough near the river.
Okay. I'll see
Very
what I
well,
can do.
sir. I shall keep an eye out for 2 crates of Chinese chomping cabbages.
Oh, thank you. I shall let Bernard know he might be receiving those cabbages after all.
Yeah, Brandon, I've definitely heard that too, where it's, and I agree, I guess if you're going into a random stream and they're just sitting there, like, and you're just watching someone play the game, like, you might as well just, like, either play it yourself or watch a YouTube video. I think me, mostly, I'm less worried about, like, the random follower that comes in, and like I said, just in this case, Laura, who's watching it and is like, you know, I don't want her to be bored. But I guess it helps if anybody else is watching it too. I don't want them to be bored either. I do think I want to try to... I've always wanted to kind of stream and do YouTube. I love public speaking. I like love public speaking. It's one of my favorite things to do ever. I was a trainer when I was in the military, like for a long, long time. And so streaming or YouTube has always been something that like seemed interesting to me, but you know, insecurities, I guess, like who would want to watch me or listen to me play games, right? Who would find that fun? But doing it here, I think it is fun. It's cool, like, you know, streaming this and then uploading it to YouTube and just that part of it. So I think I kind of want to try to do it more regularly, like Tuesdays, Thursdays, and like a day on the weekend or something, just to make kind of a habit of it and like some kind of schedule.
What do you have for sale?
And see where it goes from there. Not to be a streamer or
I'm convinced
a YouTuber,
that
but
Feldcroft will
you know,
be much safer
something.
with Chinese chomping cabbages defending them.
Sounds like Feldcroft's in trouble. Perhaps I should try to help.
We do want to help
I'll be able to
Feldcroft
put that
if
to
we
good
can.
use.
I've also gotten to the point in the game where I'm finding like all kinds of stuff, and none of it is better than what I'm wearing. I think it's probably just because I did a lot of exploration early and found a lot of cool stuff, but all this stuff is really just useless to me. And I know I don't have to pick it all up, but you know I'm gonna pick it all up.
Thank you. I hope to see you again soon. It's our Troll Slayer. Thank you again.
Oh, I did pick that up. Yeah, I agree. And I think gaming is an easy like entry point because when I was a trainer, I always did like extra research. I always wanted to know everything I could possibly know because you never know what other people are going to ask or what they're going to want to know. And it always happened like when I first started training a subject or when I first started teaching a class, there was always like a question each session that I didn't know the answer to, and it drove me crazy. And I always had to give like the polite and professional response. You know, I'm not sure off the top of my head. I'll have to get back to you. And I always hated saying that because you know from experience when you hear that answer, 90% of the time they're not going to get back to you. So I always hated saying it because I already knew that person was like, they're either shutting down, right? They're not going to listen to the rest of the class because they don't necessarily respect my knowledge on the rest of this topic, or they're not going to expect me to come back with an answer. So one thing, I always came back with an answer. Like I always got their email address and I always made sure that they got the answer that they were looking for. But then after that, I would always, again, go find the answer and then do as much research as I possibly could, just to make sure, again, that I could answer the next question. And so I think you're right. Like with gaming, you know, I've been playing games my entire life. And so it's easy to talk about this stuff, and people are going to watch this because they enjoy this game, right? They're either going to enjoy Hogwarts or they're going to want to see what it's like. So talking about that, and Harry Potter is easy. I've been reading Harry Potter since I was a kid, so It's one of my favorite. I just flew past all these balloons for no reasons. It's one of my favorite franchises. And I could talk about random nonsense about this like all day long. I've done trivia nights. I've won trivia nights. I've won Harry Potter like competitions. I love Harry Potter. So talking about this stuff is super fun. I wish I was better at this flying thing. Micro adjustments. But yeah, I think this does make it easy as far as like finding a topic to talk about. And then as far as it being expensive and spending money on it, yeah, it's definitely a hobby that it's definitely a hobby that can cost a lot of money if you like invest in the right things, or at least an initial investment, I would say, right? Like, you get some, if you're gonna do cams, you get a decent lighting setup. You know, your mic needs to be decent so you don't sound like you're talking in a tin can, you know, that kind of thing. And then making sure your computer can both stream and run the game itself at a decent level, because you don't want to be running the game at 30 FPS at 1080p so people can watch it and be like watching an old PlayStation 2 game. So I think the initial investment is a lot, but definitely worth it if it's something you're getting into. I think right now I'm not gonna.
That crate of Chinese chomping cabbages is somewhere in this camp.
Somewhere in this camp. I'm not gonna do anything too crazy until I, you know, decide whether it's something I really enjoy doing and would like to continue with.
Revelio.
But we'll see. We will see.
Best part of extorting someone is when I get to cast.
Kind
of just brute forced that a little bit, but that's okay.
Irondale's not half as tough as it sounds.
Last time I saw you claiming you had a full belly was when Arthur Craig's pig went missing. Now, I don't like to cast aspersions, but I did find it suspicious.
Oh, I didn't.
Wow.
I didn't kill him with the Tripicus Totalis.
Expelliarmus.
Not this.
It wasn't. Yeah, it's crazy.
The beasts are safer now.
Gotta let my guard down right at first.
That's one crate in hand. I only need one more.
Yeah, I tried to do the same. I was talking to your earlier message about like
Revelio.
Trying to act like you're talking to somebody. I try to do the same, but I don't usually like talking just to hear my own voice. I don't mind talking, but I usually like speaking for a purpose, if that makes sense. So it's hard for me to separate that, knowing that there's nobody watching currently. It's hard for me to just enjoy talking out loud. So that's my only problem. Doxy egg, stolen by poachers for use in potions. These black eggs come from a doxy. Yep, a magical beast sometimes mistaken for a fairy. I think doxies, we first met doxies in the 5th book, Order of the Phoenix, I think, when Mrs. Weasley was trying to get them to clean out the rooms upstairs. And there were doxies in some of the curtains. And that was the same year that Fred and George were trying to start Weasley's Wizarding Wheezes. And so they were trying to steal some of the doxies so that they could use their eggs. Or the doxy venom, I think it was, for their skiving snack boxes.
Revelio.
We never actually, other than that, there was never a time when we were interacted with doxies. In the books, anyway. I don't know what that is. I wonder if I can smash it or something. Okay, cool. just pretend. Just talk to your imaginary friends.
Could it be a Merlin trial?
Your imaginary friends are always there to listen to you. I think I had an imaginary friend growing up like longer than any normal kid should have one. And I think it was because that, like, because I didn't like talking out loud. I didn't grow up in the greatest household. I know, like, I think I've told you this before, but my parents weren't exactly nice to me growing up. So I think I learned to talk a lot inside my own head. And I think for me, it was easier to imagine that there was another person there than to just, like, admit that I was talking to myself.
You're done spinning our ranks. Right now.
That was me. This guy is the same executioner. I don't even know. Honestly, I really don't know. I think it was probably after I joined the military, so I'm like talking late in my teenage years, when I had other people that I just talked to in general. When you're with somebody like on post for 12 to 14 hours a day, you tend to just talk about random nonsense. So I think it was around that time when I decided I didn't have to talk to myself so much, and like other people were willing to listen to me.
No. Your poaching days are over.
And I think, you know, it's normal. I think most normal adults talk to themselves out loud, mostly like when they're doing chores or stuff, or they're just voicing things, or they'll talk to their pets. You know, I think it's just humans are social creatures for the most part. So I don't think that's necessarily, like, the talking out loud is abnormal. But I think just the idea of having an imaginary friend, for me, was appealing for the longest time. Because, like I said, it was easier to talk to someone I thought was there, rather than just talk to myself. That's true. No, actually, that's not true. So, this is weird. I'm making myself sound crazy. I would usually have, like, arguments with my, like, I think that's why I got so good at debate for the longest time, is because I was very critical of myself. And so, like, I would take a position, and my, you know, quote-unquote imaginary friend would take a second position, and I would literally, like, debate both sides in my head. And that was, like, the game for me, was to try to come up with, like, additional arguments, like why something is good, why something is bad, why something is this way or that way. And yeah, so it really did teach me to be, like, more objective and to see things from multiple perspectives, even though it was, like, absolutely bonkers, right? Like, it's not a normal thing. I don't know if it's normal or not. Who knows? Like, we all think we're crazy and unique little snowflakes. Maybe it is normal. Maybe more people do that. But for me, that was the you're the executioner that's gonna take like 2 hits. So let's go take you out first.
This is
I can't. Too easy. Where'd you guys come from? Oh, did I get hit by that? Slow. But yeah, so I pressed the square button. Yeah, I think I was more critical of myself, and I think a lot of that again stems from my. This is like I think just the easy difficulty, or the story, not the story, whatever the second easiest one is. See that? I'm getting my ass kicked. No, you don't have a wand. Yeah, I think it's just the easy difficulty. I don't play games on, like, the hardest difficulty. I think it's a waste of time. I enjoy the game for its story, not to get destroyed by trolls over and over and over again. I platinumed Elden Ring. Like, I've beat all the Dark Souls games. I platinumed Elden Ring. I've beaten Sekiro. Like, I love those games because they're supposed to be difficult. But they're, like, challenging in a fair way. If that makes sense. They're designed in a way that's supposed to be challenging. And so once you recognize the patterns and you get good at dodging and you get good at identifying, like, the weaknesses of a creature or an enemy or a boss in those games, like, you know, it all makes sense. But these games, or a lot of times with games like this, when you bump up the difficulty, it's just like every enemy becomes a meat sponge, like a meat shield, and you become like a piece of paper. So it's just why. And this game's I've noticed, like, I don't know if you watched, probably not. I don't think you were there when I was fighting the first Acromantula. I was way underleveled. Yeah, I disagree. If it's triggering in a fun way, I think it's fun. Right? If it's triggering in the right way, like the Souls games, they're triggering in a good way. If you just run into something and you're trying to brute force a boss or brute force an enemy, you're probably going to die and lose. But with these, it's buggy. The combat is a little bit off sometimes, and I would rather just not die to unnecessary things over and over and over again. And I don't care about that much. I'm getting sidetracked. My whole point was to come get a Kneasel and get a
Revelio.
A Deary Claw. And I am way off track. It was like up here somewhere. So let's see if I can go find that really quick. Oh, more balloons. There's the first balloon. I know. It definitely, and that's another thing too, is I tend, when I'm talking like this, or especially these games are distracting in some ways, because there's all these little pieces of candy that you can go and track down. And talking with someone definitely adds like an additional layer of attention that has to be paid. But in a good way, I think. Like I said, I wonder if this is the Deary Claw nest. Don't really want to fight you all right now. It's not necessary.
Castle must have been quite stately in its time.
There. Are you Deary Claws? These are Deary Claws. I do not. I wanted to at first, but I noticed that I was getting like super sidetracked for no reason, and so things were taking me a very long time. Not that that's a bad thing, but it definitely
intriguing.
Does. Let's see. I want a male and a female. You're both male. You're a male. You're a female. Okay, well, let's get you first because you'll be the if you run away, I'm gonna be sad. What just happened? You are an asshole. I'm over here trying to catch a Deary Claw and get attacked by an Inferi. What kind of nonsense is that? Now I lost my female Deary Claw. There she is.
Levioso.
Come here, Deary Claw. Okay. Well, there's one Deary Claw down.
Assignment's all finished.
And there's another one over there.
Revelio.
I didn't even see that Inferi. I don't know where the other one is. There's probably another one down. Yeah, it's the enemies down there. Just came out of the ground. Which I guess is what they do, but... Any shiny ones? I don't think there's any shiny ones here. You're all the same. I'd like one of you, though. You're pretty in blue.
Levioso.
Come here. These guys aren't too hard to catch.
I'll look after you.
Nice. I will look after you. Okay. That assignment is done, which is nice. Now I need to try to get over there on the completely other side of the thing. Well, we'll just fast travel here. Why not? Yeah, which isn't a problem, right? I think the combat in the system isn't bad. I think it's like most other styles of these games where if you focus just on the defense, you can pretty much survive every encounter. It's just going to take you a while. I have noticed that with more enemies, though, they'll cast spells at the same time, so it does get harder to block like 2 or 3 spells at once, which is good. I just think that when you bump it up to those harder difficulties, it's just artificially more difficult for no reason. Not that that's a bad thing. Some people enjoy that. Did you play it on the hardest difficulty? I want my checkpoint gone. Yeah. There are, obviously, you know... I've done one of the arenas. I've done the southern arena down here. I've not done the north one. That's fair. Yeah, I thought the arena was pretty fun. I didn't
see why Feldcroft needs help.
I think Kaon said he had quite a bit of difficulty.
They must have the other creative Chinese.
I didn't find it too hard, but I think he was playing on like probably a normal or harder difficulty as well. I'm gonna get spotted by this guy. Oh man. I tried to sneak that. That's entirely my fault.
That student defeated our encampment in the tower.
It's weird, I don't know what was in there. Ranrock suspects there is more of it in Feldcroft. Do not return until you found it. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to have you here. I understand. I didn't want to, I know it's hard. I love spoilers, so I don't care one bit. I'll just watch because I think enjoying the game, like for myself, is just as much fun as knowing the story. In fact, there's plenty of times when I love spoilers. There's a lot of times when I'll go and like read the plot line or the synopsis of a movie before I go see it, just because I want to look for all the little things. I don't mind being surprised, because to be fair, like most of the times these games or these movies, they're predictable. I mean, if you pay attention or if you follow like the tropes and stuff like that, it's pretty easy to like figure out what's going on. So I'm not a fan of like a good twist, but it's just so hard to really surprise me with a lot of these things. So I enjoy just knowing what the story is going to be and then experiencing it for myself.
Next time I see Fig or that student, I'll give them what they deserve.
It's true. It's true.
You only have Ranrock to blame.
The only exception I have for that, obviously, is like D&D, you know, because part of the story, or part of the fun, is experiencing something new, and when you're playing a character, yeah, you know, I mean, if you've seen King Arthur once, you've seen King Arthur a million times, but how many different movies are there, and how many ways is it portrayed? Like, you're not surprising me with the story of King Arthur. Like, oh my goodness, what? He's going to become king? Like, oh, he found a sword in the river or in the lake? Like, okay, well, we all know it. It's clearly, you know, a trope for a reason. So, the journey is just as fun for me as the destination. Do I want to know the ending? Absolutely, I want to know the ending. But am I going to look for the ending? No, because that, you know, that spoils the fun. Also, it's just metagamey. That's not fun. Nobody wants to do that. Oh, right. Yeah, nice.
Seems a plan.
Hello there.
I mean, duh.
Do you
That's
have a special delivery from my dear friend,
like I said.
Eddie?
If you do that, it's not sunless anymore. So
Hello there.
it's now the single mom
Citadel.
Citadel.
Delivery from my dear friend Eddie.
Hello, Mr. Ndi. Eddie Thistlewood sent me.
Yes, he told me to expect you. Do you have the Chinese chomping cabbages?
I have them right here.
Marvelous. This will go a long way towards protecting the hamlet from Ranrock's loyalists. The same foul curs
The
who,
widowed Citadel.
I'm willing to guess,
Nice.
intercepted them in the first place, along with Rookwood's lot. Feldcroft owes a debt of gratitude to you and Eddie. Thank you for your help.
Thank you.
Do you have any idea why the goblins are attacking Feldcroft?
I think I've already met this guy because I came down here.
I used to think it was because of its strategic
Oh, I definitely
location.
have because I mentioned
But now
the
it's as if they were
giant
looking for
pile of
something.
dung that was just sitting
I will
on his
admit,
counter.
However, that I don't know what they could possibly be looking for.
What do you have for sale?
I'm not really too
At
interested in what he has
last,
for
some
sale.
reinforcements.
It's more
Hopefully, this is
Just
enough
trying to
to
sell
thwart
stuff
the
to him.
goblins.
yeah, it's a bummer that Anthony won't be there tonight, but it is cool that Laura hopefully might be. So it's funny you say that. I've noticed that like the voice that I have currently is kind of echoey. It's a little weird. So I thought, as far as Laura taking the mantle, I figured you could probably just... Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I'm glad you've noticed it as well. I don't know why it does that or what causes it, but yeah, I only notice it with my character's voice. It just seems like echoey or distorted in some kind of weird way. But I don't notice it with any of the other characters. Yeah, maybe that was the issue, is I adjusted the pitch or something, and that's alright. It's not so distracting that it's not enjoyable. But I figured you could give Laura... I don't know the outcome of the characters we found. I mean, we found, what, Meepo, and then... What's the other one? Eric or something like that? Eureka? Urki, that's right. The Urki Timbers. I figured you could give her control of one of those, or both of those characters, right? They both don't really have big stat lines or stat blocks. She can control both Meepo and Urki as long as they're alive. And yeah, Urki's like a cleric. He's an acolyte. So, but that way she can still play while we're finishing the story and doesn't feel left out. I mean, if she just wants to watch, she can just watch. But if she wants to play, giving her control of those two characters will let her feel involved, included, and give her something to do. Yep. Nothing wrong with being a kobold. You can actually play as a kobold. I think in one of the editions, I don't think 5th is an option. At least the unwanted divinity characters. Is there any unwanted divinity characters? I think they're all great. But in one of the editions or in one of the supplements, that you can play a kobold, and they're really cool because they do have pack tactics. Even as a player character or player race, they have pack tactics, which is fantastic. I never got my Kneasel. I got my Deerclaw. Pack Tactics is OP for a lot of reasons. I need to do these ancient magic things all over the place here. Just keep ignoring them. They're essential, as in for like what, upgrading gear and stuff. Yeah, that's what. Okay, that's what I thought. I noticed when I was looking through some of this stuff that a lot of it required the Kneasel fur, or whatever it was, Kneasel something. Makes sense. Oh, there's a... But you said we only have like 2 or 3 sessions left in the campaign, or for this little part, right?
Expelliarmus!
Oh, I did the wrong thing again. I can't fly here? Oh, no, I was just dashing. It's kind of surprising. I figured we'd have a couple more. It seemed like the... Oh, you mean like go back up top? To the like actual surface? Ah, right. Yeah, I mean, I guess we... At this point, I think... I don't know, I mean, we could always long rest. I think that was the plan before. Aren't we long resting now? Or were we planning on... I forget when we decided to do that. It is the locked doors, and I think the plan was potentially to long rest behind one of the doors, hopefully. Whether that's a thing that can happen or not, I'm unsure, but... Yeah, I think it was something that we were going to decide when we got back. I think it all depends on if we can find a good location to do that. Where is this stupid thing? Because if one of the locked doors, if we can barricade it, like that dragon door, for example, if we can barricade that, then I think it makes sense to try to take a long rest down there. And that way we don't have to waste a whole day's trip trying to get there before, or trying to get up to go rest and then take an additional break.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Really?
Wingardium Leviosa.
Because that's essentially what it is. It would be an entire day's trip. I have to use Incendio, don't I? Yep. Why am I... Okay. Going a little crazy here. Why am I disillusioned? Oh, it's way out there. 2 trolls, huh?
Expelliarmus.
I just pirouetted through that. Need to remember, river trolls only have the one like slam attack. Oh. attention. Anything other than Expelliarmus, it doesn't do much. There we go. I completely pressed the wrong button. I pressed R1 to throw the boulder at him before I even blocked the boulder.
One less foul hulking brute.
It's not a very nice thing to say. They're just trolls. And we definitely came into their territory here, so I think it's more our fault than theirs.
Revelio.
True, true. I will say though that the game's very nice to some of the other characters. There's like a lot of the other creatures, you know, like trolls. I get it, they're beasts, right? They're not, you know, any of the intelligent races, but you don't just go out and like
Revelio.
murk random animals for fun. I guess some people do. But in this game, there's like, yeah, but bears are pretty hostile if you mess with them. I'm pretty sure if you were to just like walk into a lion's den, I don't think they'd be very happy you were there.
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful.
Sadly, that is true. We cannot tame trolls. It's pretty. The music is very nice. Okay, what was my whole plan? So I was coming over here to get that ancient magic. Oh, there's a side quest down here now too. A thief in the night. I just need an easel. It's up there. Oh well. Sorry, Laura. It's gonna be side quest day. I guess we're just gonna do side quests. I'll get to the Kneasel eventually. That'll keep Laura on the hook. A Kneasel is a type of cat, Laura. You like cats, so you have to stay tuned. Watch till the end when I catch a Kneasel.
Mother's rolling in her grave. Just because you know Lumos doesn't mean you can't get lost.
That's true.
Hello, Homora.
Lumos does not help you not get lost. Yeah, you know, I mean, main character syndrome. I'll just open locks and steal their stuff. I'll do it right in front of them when they're sitting in their house. Just earlier, I had to wait inside the house until it got dark, and they were just sitting there on their bed. Yeah, you can't. You're right. You can just. These are cupcakes, I think. Just out here. Oh, not only did I eat one, I just tossed one on the ground. It's like F your cupcakes. They were trash anyway. Oh well, that's kind of cool.
No.
Oh, I've seen that in Zonko's joke shop when you like a lot of those candies and stuff. like the exploding snaps and the ones that make you make animal noises.
Pardon me, sir.
Come to stare at the fool, have you? There's poor Ig Haggerty, robbed by his own sister. She's robbed almost everyone now. So, who's the fool?
I'm not sure
The
I
knight
know what
interaction.
you're talking about.
I mean,
You're
there's...
the only one who doesn't
about
know
the...
about Catherine running off with that thief, Victor Rookwood and his
The knights inside the castle?
Good riddance, I said.
Inside Hogwarts?
Never thought she'd return to steal from me. But us...
I've seen a lot of them, like them humming or them fighting with each other, or...
And sent to Azkaban for stealing a prized family heirloom. Sister or no.
What exactly was the family heirloom that the thief stole?
A necklace. Belonged to the first of the Haggerty women. Hundreds of years old. So much history. She'll likely pawn it.
She'll likely pawn it.
Why would Catherine come back to rob the hamlet if she'd already left?
Do I look like a criminal to you? How should I know? She always despised this place. Resented having to grow up here. Perhaps she did it to spite us.
Maybe.
Are you sure Catherine is the culprit? It could be anyone.
Thanks to that Rookwood louse, we're inundated with all manner of criminal. I wanted to believe it was any one of them, except Catherine. But she was the only one who knew where the heirloom was hidden, and she knew precisely which homes to rob.
I guess that makes sense.
I could keep an eye out for the thief, sir.
Inundated is a fun word. I like the word
Nothing
inundated.
to be done by the likes of us. This is a job for the fine officer Singer, or some such authority. Besides, the thief, my sister, only strikes at night. Coward. Long past your bedtime.
Yeah, just show me what you're selling, I guess.
I'll keep an eye on your belongings if I were you.
Now that it's night, I ought to look into this thievery business for Mr. Haggerty once night falls.
Oh, I think we just had a lot of things ping all at once. Okay, that's fine. You're right, though. Not to... What's the word?
Glad you were able to stop by.
Not to generalize, I guess, but he doesn't look like a person who would use the word inundated. Look for clues at the scene. Where am I going?
A pile of gold. I must be on the right track. It looks as if the thief took more than they could carry.
Revelio.
Might seem like
We're just gonna follow the trail of galleons. This is kind of nice. Don't mind me, just coming through the river. Now we're carrying even more gold. This is nice. These Ashwinder eggs. They are. Looks like we're going up the hill now. There's a den up here. Kind of den.
Revelio.
I wonder if one... It is, in fact, from finding all the Daedalian keys. I bet the Gryffindor one looks cool.
More gold? I must be getting closer.
Wizardkind will submit to us once the war is over.
Yeah, I was using the LC one, I guess, for the longest time. It was the House Fanatic robes, which look really cool. I'm in the wrong. I was using the... No, not... Was it? Oh. Where is it? Yeah, I was using this for the longest time. I really like the House Fanatic robe, which is cool. But then once I got all the Daedalian keys, you know, I mean, come on. I look like Look like Napoleon. I look like a Ravenclaw general if I was leading troops into battle. That's just sick. It's a little bit of a competition. I mean, you beat the game, but I have the cooler robe, so I think we're even, really. Oh, it's no competition between the robes, is what you're saying. Not no competition between us. I gotcha. Need one more assignment before I get the top of the class cloak. The top of the class cloak looks pretty good too, but it looks a lot like the House Fanatic cloak. I bet they are the same. That would make sense. A lot of times they do that, don't they? They put like the DLC stuff, they give it to you early, and then later on you can unlock almost the exact same thing. I feel like that's the case. Oh, for the top of the class? That makes sense too. Looks like a similar layout or a similar design, but it would make sense that it didn't have like all the accents that the Fanatic one had. Still though, this one is definitely cooler. Whatever, I'm just gonna start fighting things.
You won't miss a student from the town.
Oh, I did not even see that thing right in my face. Come on.
You must get away with that. I shall avenge your death.
Oh, Expelliarmus. I've noticed
to learn the error of your ways.
that Glacius and Defendo are pretty broken just in general. Especially with the goblins who like to group up and be like on top of each other. That's always nice. But Expelliarmus is definitely good in a lot of situations. It's never a bad thing to disarm someone. I found that Expelliarmus is actually very good against the Sentinels, like the Keeper Sentinels, or the Ancient Magic Sentinels, because you can rip the weapon out of their hand and then toss it back at them, which is nice.
Revelio. I know a Merlin trial when I see one.
I like Incendio, it's just you have to be really close. And yeah, the daggers, I think it's because they use like some kind of magic, it's not just their weapon itself. But Incendio is good against the goblins because they do like to get close to you, a lot of them do. So that makes sense. Long range for the casters, short range for the melee. Like we're just following piles of gold, like this isn't suspicious at all.
Revelio.
I feel like Hansel and Gretel. Just following breadcrumbs down to the witch's hut. I guess they were dropping breadcrumbs, weren't they, rather than following them. There is a squirrel sitting on the back deck, and I have zero doubt that if the animals saw it, they would be freaking out right now.
Revelio.
That.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Do that. Draconic Longcoat. That sounds cool. Yeah, move the box puzzle. Genius. I was looking in the crypt first to see if it was one of those puzzles where you had to use the bones. Those puzzles are pretty cool, where you have to like levitate the bones and then build bridges out of them. Cool in a creepy way, I suppose, but a neat use of resources.
Revelio.
Another Merlin trial with some wolves. Or, what are they called? Mongrels? They're not called wolves. Yeah, there's a couple of times where they give you like more bones than you need. So I think a couple of times I spent a while like looking for where the extra bones go, and I think I was just wasting my time. They were just there. Maybe an intruder. I'm not even in there yet. Go home, Goblin. You're drunk. Let's go ahead and use Incendio. Oh, yeah. And then we'll use Accio.
We're close to breakthrough. I can feel it.
Can you see me? You can, in fact. I couldn't tell whether...
That's the student who released Eloise. All defense in their own. I'll bury you in that thing. That student defeated our encampment in the town.
To be fair, I've defeated a lot of your encampments.
You're very weak. Always on the I should have been.
You can change the targeting system from like a
sneaky little student.
A movement based or
You won't get away with that.
Oh, you can also lock on. I don't know if you know that. If you use your like right stick, you can lock onto them, and that way it won't ever switch for you unless you want it to.
I shall avenge your death.
Come on, just throw an arrow at me so I can launch it back at you, please. Thank you. Yeah, I found myself in this game not using the lock-on nearly as much as I do in other games. I don't know why. Maybe it was just like, you know, casting spells seems kind of cool, and, you know, throwing them all over the place. But I do understand. Sometimes I feel like I should be using the lock-on a lot more than I do. I know. Yeah, no, I agree. I try to do the exact opposite. I try not to switch targets, or switch targets as little as possible. Just so that I can minimize the number of people I'm fighting. You know, focus one at a time. Okay, there's... The gold trail leads up that way, it looks like. So I'd like to go down here really quick. Mess some people up. That makes sense. I definitely think, you know, the harder difficulties would lend itself better to like trying to keep the field
You should know
controlled.
better than that by now. We've all told you before, and look what happens when you don't listen.
Oh, that's not what I meant to do. That's what I meant to do. You're gonna turn around before I get to you, aren't you? We did not. Thanks.
Revelio.
Who sees me and why? You see me. No one sees me. Everyone sees me. That was weird. He died, but didn't die, and then died again.
Revelio.
I'm literally right here. Give me the page. Thank you. Cinnamon bark. Nice. Seems that at least one goblin finds the food at this encampment a bit bland and is taken to adding cinnamon bark to their stew to liven it up. I don't believe him. Cinnamon's delicious. Okay, let's get out of here. This seems like a quest area. This seems like someplace I'm gonna have to come for a quest. Just a little too fancy. It's a very long trail of coins that's led me past 2 goblin camps and a mongrel den.
Revelio.
Is it going off the trail again? I don't know where the heck. No, it's not. No kidding. Or she stole it and she's not the one. She's like leading a trail so someone will find her and can help her.
It wasn't Catherine Haggerty after all.
Never mind, just a niffler. I do like me some nifflers. You thought. Yeah, I did think. Come here, niffler.
I have the niffler.
The Irondale Pilferer.
Family heirloom.
Revelio.
Oh, did I already find the heirloom on accident? Kinda seems like I did exactly that. These are just toadstools. Okay. Can you keep them? This might be the first one I've actually found. I found a shiny before. Or whatever they call them in this game. Whatever the unique ones are. I found a couple of those. I think a Puffskein and a Fooper. Not a Fooper. A Jabbernol. But I've not found any that were otherwise uniquely named. So that's cool if that's the case. Oh, that makes sense. I don't know if it's the unkind thing, you know. Like in this case, is he gonna want the niffler? Because I might not give him the niffler, if I'm being honest.
I have some good news, Mr. Haggerty. I unmasked your thief.
Nothing to unmask, was there? We all know that the thief was my sister, Catherine.
Actually, sir, the thief was a niffler.
What?
You know, small, furry, pilfering. I followed it to its lair.
Catelyn was the only one who knew how to get into our homes, where to find our treasures. But I suppose, mangy little blighter. Well, if you found the niffler's lair, as you say, you must have found my heirloom.
I'm sorry, Mr. Haggerty. I wish I could say that I had.
It was too much to hope for anyway. I appreciate what you did uncover. Catherine's a disappointment for certain, but I never wanted to believe she was behind this. Now, thanks to you,
I've not had to I've not had to find
Glad I'll be
someone
able to
else's
look my
Hooper,
neighbours in the
but
eye now. Pity about that heirloom, though.
it is a pity about the heirloom, I suppose. Looks like I have a Hooper, a named Niffler, though.
Hello. Nice to see you again.
Just a
You as
sample.
well.
Got it.
What can I help you with?
I don't mind. Like I said, I don't mind.
What do you have for sale?
What can I help you with today?
Time is it? 4 o'clock. It's not bad.
Glad you were able to stop by.
Thank you for buying all my unwanted stuff. Do appreciate that. Okay, where am I? I'm down here. So from here, look at all these things. This whole area I haven't explored yet. This is crazy. Do you need to go out, Presley? So I've actually I kind of explained it the last time I played and this time. So they're kind of comparing the. Actually, I'll talk while I'm letting the dogs out so that I'm not wasting time. Come on, Presley, let's go outside. It seems like they're comparing kind of the instance of the Pensieves and the pain that the one professor removed from her father. It seems like they're kind of comparing the two. So when she removed the pain from her father and put it in that bottle, obviously it didn't look like it was that secure. It looked like something that could like either break out or needed to be contained by something. So my thought process is that she's either storing the pain somewhere, like just like the ancient magic, we found like wild ancient magic, but we've also found places where the ancient magic is like contained in these areas. I feel like she's doing a similar thing with pain, and so it's either being stored in items that Ranrock is using to like manipulate the other creatures, like the dragons and the trolls and the other goblins we've seen, or he's found the sources of that like pain magic or whatever you want to call it, and he's the one that's storing it in those items to control them. That's my thought up till now, but I've only done 2 of them, so we'll see more as the story unfolds. But I'm not sure. I'm not at the computer, so if you type something, I'll get to it as soon as I can. Need to get some water as well while I'm up. only one way to find out. Thank you. Thank you for giving me nothing to go off of. I'm going to assume all good theories, as in one of them is right. That's what I'm going to assume. Okay. What is the plan here? I don't care about those. We're gonna go up here and get this ancient magic. I'm gonna start collecting these ancient magics. Just because they're here and they're easy. All I have to do is touch some glowy things.
This looks intriguing.
It does, doesn't it? Oh, no, you're fine. I understand. If anybody else is watching, I don't want it to be spoiled for them either. I haven't, and I think the reason... No, I've actually been avoiding, like, videos or things, and I know I said I like spoilers, I like knowing what's ahead. I think the reason I'm avoiding watching them is because part of me is worried that when I'm like commentating over one of these videos, I'm going to say something that will then spoil it for someone else who's watching, if that makes sense. And I don't want that.
We lived here, I wonder.
Because just because I like spoilers doesn't mean they will like spoilers.
Revelio.
Are those two formidable enemies out there? Where's the third one? Landing's unavailable. Land.
Revelio.
I don't know what that is or why it's glowing, but... do I pull it? Guess so. Oh, I'm in one of these treasure...
Incendio.
Does it need to... It obviously needs to go some... Oh, it needs to go over there.
Wingardium Leviosa.
No. Thanks. Okay, I initially came down here to see if I could find that third piece of the ancient magic, but I guess I did.
Abandoned long ago, no doubt.
Treasure, cave. Instead. No. Oh. Let me out.
Revelio.
What is this? Lace doily. The locals say that this doily was left as tribute to a beloved house elf who dreamed of one day wearing it. Oh, I mean, it's nice in a not nice way. I mean, it's nice as a memory. It's not nice that she didn't get her doily. It seems kind of jacked up. She died before she was set free. I loved her enough to create a memorial for her, not to give her her freedom. Challenge complete. Let's go ahead and reveal that challenge so I can get my 4th. There's that. Now I need to do 12 more. 12? That is a lot. What else do I have? Oh, I bet I have, yeah. Shell gray. It's kind of nice. Doesn't really match anything I have, but it does look nice. Okay. Goodness. Let's just go get an easel. I got the last one, or I got an extra bar. I think the Neasels are somewhere up here, but I'm not sure.
Revelio.
Probably that den right up there.
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful.
I can't. Gone too far. Flying into things. These look like Neasels to me. Female Neasel. Female Neasel. Oh, there's a shiny. You are a shiny. Come here, Neasel.
Revelio.
Okay, well there. I need another male Neasel. True. You're a male Neasel. Come here, male Neasel. Rough. Male Neasel secured. Nice.
Professor Howland will never believe this.
Okay, nice. There was ancient magic over here, so I might as well go do this while I'm at it. Looks like a spider's den.
Incendio. Potato. Stupefy. Accio. Incendio.
Right. Oh.
Defendo. Incendio.
No, close enough. That was stupid. I'm not used to using Incendio. Is that an Acromantula? Or is that just a matriarch?
You'll pay. You're the one who
Incendio.
stole our goblin helm.
Potato. There. But then it was acid. Defendo.
You won't knock this one loose, and I'd not try if I were you.
Oh. Okay. Did I just miss? I don't know what just happened. Lots of things just...
Glacier. Incendio.
Well, you were right about that. Glacius and Incendio does work. Oh. What the hell just happened there?
Potato.
I don't know what's happening.
You're the one who stole our secret. You're about to regret that.
Glacier. Incendio.
Come on. Okay, really? Yeah, when they rear up like that, you could slam their head to the ground.
You're the one who released Treadwell, aren't you? That was a mistake, my friend.
Incendio.
Think you're clever, don't you?
Now there's so many more. What just happened? Okay, I got a dog in my way. I can't see anything. Hi, could you lay down, please? I know. Hi. I know, I've been talking to seemingly nobody for a couple hours now. I haven't been giving you any attention. You lay down whenever you're ready. Thank you. No, no, not yet. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Build your nest. Okay. Okay. Come out just to get slammed. No, I still like Accio against these guys.
Incendio.
That's wrong. And I pressed the wrong button again.
Incendio. Stupid. Accio. Incendio. Defendo. Glacier. Incendio.
I've seen you use Expelliarmus many times.
Accio.
You shouldn't go about stealing goblins stolen by others now, should you?
Oh. I think you have to do it when they're burrowing. Yeah, they are pretty fast though. It might be that they move faster on like the harder difficulty. It is cool that they each have their own kind of weaknesses and stuff. Like the giant toads or what are they? Bog. I don't remember what it's called. Bog something or
Revelio.
Dunbog. I think it's the Dunbogs. When they're doing their tongue attack, you can lift them into the air and then slice them off using Defendo, which is super cool. And it's a one-shot kill. Like you can even one-shot the boss that way. I can't enter while mounted. Okay. That really just happened. Not gonna let me land on top of that. I guess, yeah. Kinda did get stuck a little bit. Oh, I have to turn these somehow. Okay, do these have like... Cool. Obviously I have to turn them. Or push them. Or neither. Usually I have to pull the rings.
Accio.
They don't want to be pulled. I don't know. Might be for a quest or something later. Look at all the Kneasels playing in the snow. There you go, Laura. Now you get to see them in the light. We caught some in the dark, but now you get to see them like out with their tufted tails, scurrying about, playing in the snow. Run away, Neasel.
Revelio.
Where is the last one? Was it up there? Is that what I'm looking for? Must be. It obviously opens that.
This castle's hiding all sorts of secrets.
Yeah, it is. But I can't seem to get that to want to turn, so. So you won't let me land my broom on top of this thing, but you'll let me just climb up the box. It's 10 feet below me.
That wasn't too hard.
Whatever. Whatever. It's done now. Whatever. It's okay. I'll come back for that. Okay, well I got my Neasels, which is what I wanted. Now I can go back to Hogwarts, and I can go talk to the professor. I just go to quests. Attend Beasts class. No, not the astronomy tower. Oh wait, is there another quest in the astronomy tower? What are you? Oh, you're full of the dead. We knew that. Okay. Let's go attend another beast class. Get Bombarda, which I'm looking forward to use. Is this person summoning a rain cloud? They are indeed. Oh. Let us attend a beast class. Mooncalf. And a Niffler. That looks like a Hungarian horntail.
Excellent work
Hungarian.
today. Class dismissed.
Ugh. Can't say I'm terribly fond of all the dung in this class.
I can't say I blame you there.
I take it you're ready to learn your new spell.
Agreed. Magical beasts are fun.
I completed your assignment, Professor. I'm ready to learn Bombarda now.
Good. Now, this spell comes with a caveat. It should only be used when necessary. The exploding charm, as you might suspect, can hurt people.
That is kind of the idea.
Use caution when casting it.
I will,
Is this
Professor.
an appropriate
I
spell
will
for
hold you
students?
to that promise. Now,
Probably
you
not.
must be precise in your wand movements. We don't want you blowing your hand off. Go ahead. Nice and steady wand movements.
I haven't done these in a while.
Remember, the exploding charm is highly volatile. Well done. Now, let us put it into practice, shall we? Go
Shall
ahead
we?
and try it on the pumpkins.
Bombarda. Brandon, do you know if Bombarda also counts as like a fire spell? I don't even know where the pumpkins are. Oh, these are the pumpkins. It doesn't. Okay.
Bombarda. Excellent wand work. Cast the spell just like that every time.
assured and in control.
Goodness. Definitely does. Oh, I'm sorry, little mouse. I didn't mean to, I didn't mean to destroy your house. Okay. So we did learn Bombarda. I tried to track this, but when I try to locate it on the map, it like... Oh, there it is. Okay, that was weird. When I first got on today and I started to try to look at the map, it would like shoot me off in the distance and it'd lose my cursor and I had to close the menu down and everything. Tangled web. Okay, well I can do both of these. Fun. More side quests. Yay. Dun, 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 dun.
There
he is.
To remove my demiguise statues.
Pardon me, sir, but about those curious demiguise statues I've seen.
What? Who are you? Why do you ask?
Why do you ask?
They're causing Mr. Moon terrible distress.
Ha! Good. That was the idea.
Oh.
So you did create them?
Okay.
Yes, I did. It was a ploy to give that pathetic oaf Moon a taste of the grief he caused me years ago.
I thought this was going to be like
a
a misunderstanding or something.
I am.
But no,
At the
it's
request of Mr. Moon.
It's not.
I received your owl on your stationery.
Ah. Well...
Not very smart, are you?
Fitting Moon would enlist a student. Too cowardly to do it himself. Oh, hasn't changed a bit. Even when we were at school, he was a cowardly bully. Gave me a horrible nickname, which I shan't repeat. I was thrilled when we left school and he seemed gone for good. Then I started seeing him around Hogsmeade. It was too much. Even if I do take satisfaction in that his life's destiny was to be a lowly caretaker.
That's not very nice.
Mr. Moon does a good deal for the school, and he's taught me a lot. He's terrified of those statues.
I know. You should have seen his face when that boggart appeared. Oh, priceless. That's when I knew what I needed to do.
I don't like this guy.
I simply didn't want to encounter him anymore. So, I shrewdly put a boggart in his path to learn his greatest fear. I then created the demiguise statues to keep him in his place, so to speak. The moons were inspired play on his name. It worked brilliantly. Until you started clearing them out.
I'm not going to apologize.
The statues are a form of bullying. You're no better than him. Perhaps it's time you both moved on.
Fair point, I suppose. If they've terrified him, as you say, he may have learned his lesson.
I hope so.
Oh,
now you want me to talk to Gladwin Moon, huh?
Hello, Homora.
Don't mind me, I'm just gonna steal things from you. Come on, here you go. Brandon, what are you up to? You doing anything fun or just chilling and listening to me talk to myself?
Revelio.
Must have stepped away for a second. Oh, nothing to apologize for. Oh, nice, nice. Playing by yourself, or is Laura and them on with you? Thanks.
Oh, I do hope Mary and her neighbours aren't...
Excuse me, sir. Are you all right?
Just barely.
Nice.
but I don't want to trouble a student with my woes.
I am indeed a student.
Are you full?
But I could very well be able to help you.
I'm not so sure. Name's Crispin Dunn, by the way. I trade in the surrounding hamlets. Do the most business in Arranshire. A lovely little hamlet. Just stunning gardens. Just the other day, the Daily Prophet ran an article on its scenic hedgerows. Actually, before I go on, I should ask, are you afraid of spiders?
I am not.
Spiders don't bother me at all. You'd be impressed by how many I've dispatched lately.
Lucky you. The hamlet's overrun with the vile things, and they're acting abnormally aggressively. I'm concerned about my customers, of course, but it appears that most of the hamlet's residents fled to safety. It's my friend Mary I worry about. I haven't heard from her, and I fear she's trapped in her cottage.
Understandable, but why don't you check on her yourself?
I would, but I have a crippling fear of the eight-legged beasts, which I, unlike you, seem incapable of conquering. I don't know what to do. Can you think of anyone who can help Mary?
I'm sure I could.
Why are there so many spiders in Arranshire all of a sudden?
I honestly don't know. I've never seen so many spiders in all of my life. It's almost as if someone's breeding them. They've trapped the entire hamlet in webs. I was lucky to escape it all. Mary always has a way with these beasts. It's very concerning not to hear from her.
Why is it you can't conquer your fear of spiders?
When I was a small child, I was being tormented and chased by a group of local bullies and slid into the hollow of a tree to hide. Within moments, spiders were crawling over every inch of my body. Seemed I'd stumbled on a nest. I couldn't move, paralysed by fear of the spiders and an equally profound fear of the wizards I knew were just outside the tree. I was there for what seemed hours. I can feel their legs on me now just talking about it. Ugh.
Why didn't you ask the ministry for help?
I did. Reached out to anyone who would listen. Tried Minister Spout Old Spavin himself. But evidently they have their hands full with who knows what else. It seems this little hamlet has to fend for itself.
I'll try my very best,
Probably
Mr.
not
Dunn.
a nickname you
Please
want.
do. If you can think of anyone
Minister
that may be brave
Spout
enough
Hole
to help,
Spavin.
I'd appreciate it. Thank you. They'll find Arranshire southeast of Hogsmeade, just below the train station.
Okay.
Alfred Lawley's none too pleased. Seems he's
Brandon,
been
do you all have a
bold.
full squad? Valorant?
Pretend I never heard.
Not a day goes by.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade? This must be Arranshire. I'd best keep an eye out for spiders.
There do appear to be a lot of spiders.
Bombarda.
Amount of damage. Long cooldown though.
Protego. Stupid one. Stupid one. Bombarda. Stupid one.
Say I bet Glacius and Bombarda would do a ridiculous amount of damage.
Glacius. Bombarda.
Glacius, my young friend.
Protego. Stupid.
Even more
Stupid one. Glacius. Stupid one. Bombarda! Protego! Stupid one! Accio! Defender!
Oh. Did I freeze him under the ground? Slay an airborne enemy with Descendo. Let's see if I can do that with you real quick. I need Accio, or not Accio. Why did I do that backwards? There we go. Come here, spider.
Levioso! Descendo!
Oh, now I gotta wait. Oh, I just need to slam them, not slay them. No.
Surely that's the last of them.
Surely.
Aloha Mora.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure which is going to be best for what. I mean, I'm sure Confringo, obviously, for enemies that require fire. I think spiders are probably good. Inferi is good, but I feel like Inferi Incendio is probably still the best because you can pull them all into you with Accio and then use Confringo or Incendio, excuse me. And it burns them all, which is nice. Getting stuck. But I think I don't know. I'm sure Bombarda is good against something. Obviously, you know, each enemy seems to have its own like little weaknesses and stuff. I'll have to try it on trolls. Not much is good on trolls. It's kind of just like a battle of attrition. You're just kind of beating them until they stop moving. Due to the plague of spiders, I've decided to temporarily leave my home. Again, this is only temporary arrangement. It's a bunny. I'll be back once everything has been cleared up, and I expect my house to be exactly as I left it. No spiders, no vagrants, no arguments. Okay, that's weird.
Revelio.
I mean, I think we all kind of have expectations surrounding them. There not being giant spiders in our houses, but... My dear one, you asked about what happened in Arranshire, so I should tell you all of it. When the spiders came out of the ground, it was like a great rushing tide. Most of us had no time to react. I and a few others took to a roof without having time to take hold of our wands. We were stranded up there for what seemed an eternity. Sometimes we could scare them off. Sometimes those eyes, lifeless, evil eyes, 8 of them, when they're towering over you, all you see is your own fear multiplied 8 times. That and their fangs, shining with venom. One by one, the spiders picked us off. The victims' screams were awful. Pierced my soul like a blade, hearing my neighbors coming to such a gruesome end. Wow. Not dissimilar to a Dementor's kiss, I would imagine. I bet they're different. The silence was a relief. We wished them a quick death, and for ourselves too, if it came to it, especially then. Finally, a witch flew by low in the air and spotted us stranded. By then, all that was left was me and Dog's Body Pete. Dog's Body. Wow, terrible name. Anyway, we survived, but sometimes we wish we hadn't. I should be haunted forever. Yeah, I'm guessing the PTSD on that situation is no joke. No joke. There's something I missed down here? Oh, that chest right there. Large rugs.
Aloha Mora.
Luck, luck, luck.
What do we have here? Oh no, this must be Mary. Poor woman.
Poor woman indeed. H. I have delivered the spider venom as requested. Prompt payment is now due. The new cluster of spiderlings in my cellar workshop have almost hatched. I can provide more venom soon. Once, of course, I have been compensated for my last delivery. Okay.
Mary was breeding these things in her cellar. Because there were more underground. I'll need to destroy every last spider in that cellar if this is to end.
Seems that way. Okay, we're gonna do that, and then we'll go ahead and use Confringo as well against the spiders. And then... yeah, we'll stick with that. See what happens. It's in the basement, so why am I going upstairs? Just to take things, I guess. She won't be needing them, obviously. Oh, another demiguy statue. Let's go ahead and wait. What else am I doing?
Mine now, demiguys.
Brandon, do you know, did you collect all the demiguys moons, or just enough to get you through the story? Because the cellar entrance is probably upstairs. Oh, only up to level 2. I've got level 3, but I don't know what happens when you collect all of them. I'm sure, I haven't talked to the gentleman yet, so I imagine you get something for collecting the rest of them, but I got all the way up to level 3. Sorry, I keep asking and I don't know if you've responded. Are you guys full on Valorant? Do you guys have a 5th? Because I might switch over if you guys have a spot.
If this is where Mary bred the spiders, they're not here now.
I'm only 4. Okay, I'll finish this quest and then switch over. Yeah, don't wait for me. Keep playing whatever you want. But I'll jump over once I've finished this little spider mission.
Revelio.
I've been streaming for 2.5 hours now or so, I think, so. Got a good little bit done.
Well, this isn't a good sign. These spiders have gone somewhere.
Don't know why I did that. Imagine if it was blow-upable, it would have been highlighted.
Ladder. Not sure I want to know where this leads.
Me either, really.
I'd best be ready for whatever I may find down there.
Yes, I will join. Let me finish this spider quest really quick, and then I'll join you. But don't wait for me. If you guys feel free to play a game, and then I'll just jump on, and I don't mind.
Exacts.
I don't mind waiting for you guys.
Destroy all of these before the situation gets even worse.
Oh wow, that is a lot of spiders.
Confringo.
Oh wow, that was cool.
Incendio. Confringo.
Should have expected as much.
Accio. Incendio. Leviosa. Confringo. There's a victory that came none too soon. That's one exact destroyed. I should get the rest.
I've got to be able to destroy this, right? No? Okay.
Finished, but I need to destroy all of the exacts.
I'm working on it. Destroy all the exacts.
Confringo! This is definitely going to anger your parents.
Probably. I finally found the perfect place to breed my spider colony. Yeah, right. And it was quite literally under my nose the whole time. My cellar. Why didn't I think of this before? Why hasn't anyone for that matter? My spiders are growing big and strong, yeah? And the silk they produce will make me a fortune. I'll have wealth at last. No more scrimping on frocks when I'm in town. It will be marvelous.
I suppose I know what happened to Mary Portman now.
Yep.
She was breeding the spiders.
Yep. I mean, I understand, right? Like, growing up without a lot of money, like, I understand wanting money. But you gotta be smart about it. And you just put a bunch of other people in danger, too. Whoa! We traded places, Spider. What now? You eight-legged punk. Oh. Rock.
Confringo. Accio. Incendio.
Let's go back up here and fight this spider that I missed now.
Confringo. Accio. Incendio.
Let's go ahead and use... When they're burrowing, what is... Brandon and I literally just talked about this. What is it when you... Enemies... Executioners, yeah. More trolls. Flipendo, that's what it is. So rather than using Accio, let's use Flipendo. And then if I see them burrowing, I'll just flip them out.
Whoa. Whoa.
There you are.
Incendio. Ugh. Shame you're so foul.
Guess it's kind of a shame.
I hate to think that they see me, but I don't see them.
Here to go. But I'm not here to kill all the spiders, I'm here to kill all the spider eggs. I'm sure I'm gonna have to fight one of those acromantulas at the end. Oh, jeez.
Accio. Incendio. Stupid. Incendio. Confringo. Accio. Incendio. Protego. Stupid. Accio. Incendio.
Nothing up there, it seems.
These eggs must be destroyed. That's the last of the spider sacks.
Great. So now I get to get ambushed by something, or attacked by something large. That's what I thought.
I hope that's the last spider.
No. Okay, good. That's nice. No. Damn it. Yeah, I deserved that.
Incendio.
Need to switch. Instead of Flipendo, let's use Descendo. We'll try to...
Incendio.
Okay. I can't target it. It's like hiding behind the...
Incendio. Confringo. Incendio. Crescendo. Stupid. Descendo. Accio. Incendio. Confringo.
Nice. Use the spider to blow up the other big spider.
Fiends.
It's pretty convenient.
Revelio.
It's funny, I think I just saw Brittany do this quest the other day, and so when I got here and I saw her getting all wrapped up, I was like, oh, I have seen this. It's one of the side quests that I got in Hogsmeade.
Oh, wait. That's the last one. She's angry. Incendio. Confringo.
Nice. Oh.
Nightmares for the rest of my life after that.
Well, apparently it's not very hard, because I just one-shot the insatiable with ancient magic, so...
Confringo. Potato. Stupid. Incendio. Accio. Confringo.
I would have buried a spider matriarch's head in the ground, but I literally just one-shot it with ancient magic, so... Sorry. A Niffler statue. How cute. I can't open the map here, apparently. Get out of here. Save the game. Go play some Valorant. Try not to suck.
Revelio.
Okay. Hogsmeade. Fast travel.
Mr. Dunn, I have some news.
Thank Merlin. About my sweet friend Mary.
It seems poor Mary was breeding spiders in her home for profit, and vastly underestimated their propensity to multiply.
Oh, Mary. What untoward scheme were you involved in?
Just that.
If she needed financial assistance, she could have just come to me. She didn't deserve this. Few do.
I am sorry about your friend. But you'll be relieved to know that I cleared out the spiders. It's safe to return now.
You? You cleared out the spiders?
I mean, you did hire me to do
believe
that, didn't you? I mean,
But I'm
you
certainly relieved.
literally asked me to
I
go
imagine the
investigate.
first order of business will be to help the hamlet rebuild. I suppose I have nothing to fear from dead spiders.
You do not.
That's the spirit. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you again for all you've done. I shall keep you apprised of the hamlet's rebuilding.
Glad I could be of help, and I look forward to visiting your shop the next time I'm in Arranshire.
To dearly departed Mary.
Indeed. Okay, I got a shelf. Nothing like a good shelf. Let's see. 32, close to 33. They were at the three broomsticks, yeah. So hopefully you can, hopefully when you show up there, they'll be there. I don't know what triggered it. If you've beaten the game, then I imagine it's just a matter of like certain side quests or certain areas unlocking others. I'd been in that little hamlet before, like I'd seen it, but didn't know anything about it until the quest just now, so. But yeah, that's it. Didn't do any main quests whatsoever. I just did a bunch of side quests and explored. I got an easel. The next time we go back, I'll be able to drop off a couple of easels and a couple of what are they called? I forget. The other beast that I caught. How sad is that? These things. There they are. Deary calls. A couple of deary calls. And then I can drop off some nifflers, or neasels rather. And it looks like I get to learn how to breed thestrals. So that'll be fun. So I'll do that next time. And then I'll go talk to Gladwin Moon. Figure out, I assume I'm going to have to collect the rest of the demiguise statues. Just for funsies. I don't know what I'll get for it, but whatever. And then maybe we'll get a main quest done. But regardless, thanks for watching, Brandon. And anyone else who was there too, just lurking in the background, I appreciate you. But I will switch over to Valent and talk to you again soon. Bye.